my name's Anisha. These are my colleagues Anna, Mariam and Kelvin. So our assignment was to choose a business and also identify any problems the business was having and provide IA solutions to it as well. So the business we chose to investigate was Greggs. This is because we chose Greggs because it's UK's leading baking company, and we thought this was the best business to provide our IS knowledge to it. As such, this business may have very outdated systems which might need a more modern approach to it. So the founding father was John Greggs. This was in 1951. He had first opened the store, the baking business, in Glasgow. By 1964, he had passed away and his sons had taken over the business. By 1972, the whole of Glasgow had many stores, as the sons successfully had run the business to where it is today. By 1976, all major cities in the country had Greggs, such as London, Manchester, Leeds, and also Kent. By 1999, Greggs had become a superpower in the industry by outbuying its competitors and rebranding their stores. So by 2013, Greggs had expanded their food line, and also by 2009, there was over 2,100 stores. By 2018, Greggs offered a much healthier option for their customers.
Okay, so this is the question that we have came up with as a group. It outlines the Greggs in the beginning, the interest about Greggs, and further on it would show us talking about the failure of Greggs. So the first question was, could you tell us about Greggs, just to show our interest to it, to the company, show them that we're interested in Greggs, we want to know more about it, and also know about the history, and how things operate in your business. So most companies are more technical, advanced than Greggs, as Greggs only have tills or the coffee machines would be more technical. So we want to know what operates and how it's operated. Could you tell us about your day-to-day activities? So as a manager, what is your day-to-day activities in Greggs? Do you face any problems, such as technical-wise? And if so, how did you fix that? Number 2 was, Greggs has been running for 80 years. How have you got to this point and upheld your values? So we want to know we want to know the history behind Greggs and what problems they face. So this question was a good way of knowing what problems they faced in the past and how they came to as it is now. Was it a smooth journey? If not, what problems did you experience? So as again, this is to know about the problems they experienced in the past. Question 3 was, what are the company's short and long-term goals? So we want to know what they're planning on doing in the future, if they're planning to enlarge the company in other places, or if so, be more technical.
So question 4 was, is your business meeting targets and criteria? By this, we meant that what objectives were the business aiming to meet, and had they met these objectives? It also says, what are the business targets to meet? How do you ensure that these targets are always met? So we asked the manager these questions to ensure by which dates have they met their targets, and to which point do they think their business is holding a great value. Also, question 5 was, if the business was at its best, what would that look like? Again, that includes the value of the business and what have they done to make it as successful as they believe it is today. Question 6 said, what would you ensure not to change? So any things that were going smoothly or going good in the business, this is what we meant by this question. What would you change in your business to ensure its longevity? So we asked this question to understand what aspects of the business was striving it to be successful, and also we wanted to know any underlying problems it could possibly have.
Question 7 was, could you tell us about the obstacles and challenges in the company that they're currently facing? So this was basically if they had any competitors that they had to compete against with, and also as there is other bakeries such as Percy and Gold, so sometimes there was times that they had very similar things and they had to just come up with different ideas to be different from other bakeries. And how do you intend to overcome these struggles? So on the following slides we do have come up with certain solutions which will explain what they've overcome the problem with, and what would be the reasons for failure in your business.
Question 9. So what do you believe makes your business unique in comparison to other businesses? So what is the one aspect that makes that business special? By this question, we wanted to know, was it the quality of the food? Was it the prices? What was it that made it better than any other business, such as Percy Ingle and other stores, other bakery stores? Also, it says, what can you continue to do or change to ensure you're ahead of competition? As there are many other competitions, other baking businesses in the UK and everywhere else, we wanted to understand what is it that differentiated this store and made it hold the value it does today. So question 10 was, what do you believe makes your business unique in comparison to other businesses? Again, the same thing about the value of the business. What are the biggest accomplishments with Greggs? So by this question, we wanted to know, what did they believe they achieved as a business and how did they bring it to the point that it is today?
So our interview was basically semi-structured. So these are the questions that we follow. However, we did implement our own questions during the conversation just to have a bit more flexibility during it. The first problem that we encountered was
outdated systems. So Greggs is still developing as a company, as they are still getting refurbished, and the main problems that they have to be refurbished is the equipment, such as the mixers, refrigerators, food processors. They've gone quite old now, and I feel that they have to just renew it. And Greggs was also introduced at a time where tools were very new to the market, and as well as the internet system was very poor, which makes the systems outdated. Moving on to a solution that we came up with was that the company should enlist a refurbishing group and renovate each store, and to make sure to use an IT department to upgrade the stores, and instead of wires they should use wireless connections. As a business, they should have a policy to test and replace their machinery in their best-selling stores to promote efficiency.
So the second problem that we encountered was changes in demand. As you know, Greggs is a food on the go place, so you won't have time to put in your review or customer feedback. That's what we encountered. A lot of customers say that they are frustrated in Greggs because they wanted something new and something healthy. So the solution that we came up with was a customer feedback form. So while the customers are waiting for their coffee or their sandwich, they can simply fill in a quick form and post it in a feedback box, which would be sent to customer service and which would be signed through and implemented in Greggs at a time, and a customer review website. So if the customers are very busy, they are able to just go home and just write their feedback or complaints that they may have on the website, which would be sent to the customer service team and be implemented. We thought this was a good solution due to the fact that it would be more efficient for customers and for the workers at Greggs, and it would make Greggs more appealable to customers.
So the problem 3 is stock order. It's important to make sure the business got enough stock for them to run. So ordering stock was always done to the manager of the store to place an order request to the head bakery, and then wait for the confirmation whether the stock can be fulfilled and when the dispatch will be. This means that the manager on duty had to be more responsibility, as not only do they have to look after the store, but they have to make sure the stock in the store is ordered before they leave the store. Adding undue stress to employee, which is why it's necessary to update this process. So the solution is dispatch and deliverance needs to work alongside to the IT department to decide an information system to do the following. Keep an accurate and up-to-date stock level when stock is below a certain level. Send an order form to the head bakery. If the information system could do the following task, then the manager on duty would not need to worry about counting stock to then order, as the information system can do this for them. The information system would be a more the company and make it more beneficial if the all 1700 stores apply this.
So the fourth problem is that the app. So now in today's age, every company has an app which is more efficient for customers. However, the problem was with Greg's app is that it glitched a lot. So for example, if a customer was to buy a coffee, they would collect stamps. 6 stamps would mean they get a free coffee. However, the stamps would not come up on the app. So this meant that Greg's was losing a lot of money because they were giving free coffee and free food to customers who was complaining about the situation with the glitches.
So the new and improved app allowed customers to make purchases, and also this was a closer interaction for Greggs to make with their customers, so they're able to reach customers at a much closer level due to the app. So Greggs had marketed their rewards system whereby customers would gain points in terms of how much they were spending. So by gaining these loyalty points, customers would be able to buy something for free if they had reached a certain amount of points. So this included breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and this was a greater outreach for the app, and which could possibly allow customers to interact with Greggs on a much better level.
Conclusion: as a group, we worked effectively on this task, highlighting the problems that we saw at the store. We went together to Stratford Greggs to discuss with the manager about the process and the procedure in the store in regards to stock, customer service and maintenance. So we have created an access sheet for Greggs, where it shows the customer's details and the products and the quantity and the price. And the purpose for this is because that way we can see what is the most popular product by the purchase of the customer and how many times they purchase it, and that way we can see how much money we're making over here. And that way we can also figure out whether Greggs should increase their price for certain products because they're very popular or not, and the products that are not really purchased by customers, they should take them out the menu. And then this bit is just the customer's details, where it shows who our regular customers are, who comes in more often to Greggs, what age they are, with the correlation between what they're like and what age they are, and also it shows who they are. So this is our employees table, just to show who our employees are, their national insurance number, and their salary per hour, just to see, and also their position, just to see who's what and who's served the customers. And up here is our relationship table. So, for example, as you can see, employees have the employees table have a relationship between the customers and the orders table, because they all contain the employee number within them, and the customers and the orders table both have a relationship because they both contain the customer number within them. So here is our Excel budget sheet, and as you can see, this is the production, so how much Greggs are producing in the company. For example, sandwich and wrap, they're producing in April 2000. But over here you can see the production rise, so how much they're expecting to produce more. So in May is 2080 of sandwiches and wrap. And here is the income, so how much Greggs are getting from the sandwiches and wrap. So the selling prices is over there. Sandwiches and wraps are £12. So for 2,000 sandwich and wraps on £12 would be 24,000 in April. So this is just what they gain in for their production and how much they're expected to earn. Here are the expenses, so how much each ingredients for the sandwiches and wraps and milk would be. So how much they would have to pay to make all these products. And also their labor costs, their rent,
and electricity. So these are all the expenses they have to give to other companies and other production. So we also got net income. So the way we worked it out was we done total income minus the total expenses, which gave us a net income. Breads are producing a profit for all of the 4 months, 5 months, as you can see here. And also Greggs had remaining money left over from the previous months and years, which was 50,000. So we brought that forward, and we just calculated calculate the total for each of the months, and Greggs are seeing a profit for the future months. Thank you for listening to our presentation.